Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to solve a new Leetcode question, that is valid perfect square. We are going to solve this question with the help of Python. So without wasting time, let's start coding it. And before starting the question, please guys to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and press the bell icon button. So without wasting time, we should start solving the question. So let's understand what they're asking is. So given a positive integer num, write a function which returns true if num is a perfect square as false. Follow up, do not use inbuilt library functions such as sqrt. So we do not have to use sqrt in this question, and that's the key point here. So without using sqrt, we have to check whether the number is a perfect square or not. So we are going to solve this with the help of Python. So as you can see here is num6 is a perfect square and num14 is not a perfect square. So what is a perfect square? So if we talk about one square, so one square is 1. Similarly, 2 square is 4. 3 square 3 square is equals to 9, which means 3 into 3 is 9. And similarly 4 square is equals to 16, and 5 square is 25. So if we talk about from 1 to 5, this is the perfect square we have seen here. So what actually the perfect square is? It's a perfect square means that if you multiply the number by itself, it should be like a value here, that is 1 into 1 should be 1, 2 into 2 should be 4, 3 into 3 should be 9, and 16 and 25. So these are the perfect square, and the number between these values, like if we check between 1 and 4, all these values would not be a perfect square, like 4 and 9, or 9 and 16, 16 between 25. So if we talk about um, between 9 to 16 range, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are not perfect square. So theoretically we know that these numbers are not perfect square, but how do we put these things into code? That's the question. So if we create a logic like here, we can see that if we create a loop here for I in range 1 to num plus 1, okay, and if I into I is equals to num, then return true, else elif I into I is greater than num, then return false. Okay, so let me explain it to you what here I have done. So I have said that if you see here, I into I would be like 1 into 1 for first time, then 2 into 2, that would be 4, then 3 into 3 for 9, and 16. So if we take an example of 16 here, so you can see that it is equals to num, so it will return true. Okay, and if we talk about if we talk about 14 here, So 14 is not a perfect square, we have seen here. So 14, for 1 it will check 1 square, then 2 square, then 3 square. So 3 square is 9, and then if we talk about 4 square, so 4 square is 16, so which is greater than num, so it will return false. So if we check about, let me comment here, if we check for 14, so if we check about 14, so that is smaller than 9 and, sorry, smaller than 16 and greater than 9. That means that 14 is not a perfect square because it lies between two consecutive perfect squares. Okay, so I hope that solves your doubt and you have understood the concept here. So this was all in the code, guys. I hope you have understood the thing. And so if we run the code finally here, it should work. So as you can see that it's working here, we can take multiple example like 14, 25, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So and run the code, you can see that it's work for all the multiple test cases. So that's all in the code, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please do subscribe to the channel and see you next time.